red instead of black. You know, so just these are other colors. But the important thing is we want them to have the final approval, but we don't want them to be the design person, or else the time it takes just gets astronomical. The other thing that we do a great deal of is we use the scan book as a design tool. Again, I apologize for the photography. This was late at night. I always have at least 3 sessions of the software running. When I start the software in the morning, I open 3 sessions of it. And the reason why is we'll have somebody come in and they'll want, you know, the design off the 3-inch piece, but they want it on the 5-inch and they want it set up like that. Well, it's very easy to cut and paste back and forth. So we use the design book twofold, not only for the scanning, but we use it so the customer can tell us, I want that design on that piece, which goes back to the work order. It's easier to say on page, whatever that is, I think it's page 34, I want the 3-inch green design, but I want it on the 10-inch pink plaque. So that tells the operator who's not there with the customer when they're leaving this information. Then there's no question in your mind about which background do they want on their piece, because you can refer to, we refer to the page number and whichever piece it is. And again, this is just to try to speed things along.
Are you charging them different to do that?
Not at this point, we're not. We're in the process of reevaluating our whole pricing sequence, and after listening today to what other people are doing, I'm probably going to do it. I may wait till this new software enhancement comes out, because to me that's a real easy way to do it. If I can do it in this screen, it's this price. If I got to open the other screen, you know, there's enough charge. So I think that may be where we go with it. We've tried very diligently to make the laser so special that, you know, again, we can do anything on anything. Got me in trouble. But, I mean, we're struggling as our business. I mean, our business was down considerably last year, like I know a lot of yours were. I use the laser as a hook to get them, and we'll do whatever it takes to satisfy them with their laser product. Now, you know, after a year into it, we're going to start looking at reevaluating our pricing structure. And another thing that we started doing, again, I was one of them that when we got the thing in, I put everything out blank because I was thinking I don't want a piece out there that I might not sell. My wife kept telling me I got to have samples, I got to have samples. But we have found out that by having samples, and again, I apologize for the photography, this is a Dunn display that we had from previous product, but it works real well with this stuff. We have the 5-inch plaques. We have them up with specific different designs, different sayings. We have the little candy bar plaques. I didn't take pictures, but the bottom of it, we have the long desk models in there, the empty ones out there. And it's really easy for a customer to walk up and say, I want that one, but I want it on the white plaque. So we have the marriage prayer on the green plaque displayed, saved, where we can pull that up very quickly and put it on a white plaque, and we're done. Again, if you suggest something to the customer, I would say 70% of the time they're going to go with exactly what you suggest. So suggest something to them that you've already done, so you're not reinventing the wheel every time. It works very well with these little candy bar sticks. We have, of course, this is a 4-sided display. I just took pictures of 2 sides to fit on here. But every side of the display, there's at least 3 pieces on display, and with the little 3-inch magnets and the 5-inch and the candy bar sticks, we have all of these saved to where they can say, I want that one. And all we have to do is pull up the file and laser it. So again, it speeds the process along. This is another thing we found out with symbols and artwork, and again, talking about your busy days. Display a limited number of them. Again, the photography is not very good, but I took just a piece of the adder that we get from P. Graham Dunn, And I went through and picked out some representative symbols and put on it. And on our busy days, that's all we let the customer see. We don't tell them that we have 380 symbols in the library that they can choose from. We say, do you see something on here that'll work for you? Some of these are standard that are in the library. Some of them, like, you know, I'm from Texas, so I had to have Longhorns and Texas A&M as symbols. But we put it out in front of them and say the top piece, you know, that's the one that I have out. The bottom half of it, I actually did that for an event that was for a bridal fair, so I added, you know, a bridal cake and rings and stuff like that that might apply to brides. But again, we want to direct them into choosing something that we can quickly do. We don't want to be adding new symbols on a critical day because it does take time, both employee time to do it, but it also ties up the laser. You're not producing while you're converting symbols to the laser into the software.
Are those trademark? So, I mean, like the Longhorn and the A&M, do you have to pay a license fee on that?
You can't see it. The A&M's got the little trademark on it. I've checked online and I can't find that we're violating any trademark by using those. You know, you can go down, you can go people embroidery, A&M on caps all the time. If I am, I'm in good company with everybody else, but everything that I've been able to identify, because we're not charging more to put that on there. It's the same price. Some button somewhere. Maybe Joe can answer that question because I learned that from them. Here, when I was up doing the training, we did Cubs logos on something for somebody. Have y'all ever investigated that further?
Trademark?
Yeah, about putting a ball team logo or something on something?
I will tell you that you're out on thin ice when you do it.
Okay.
I mean, we can't give you any of those rights.
Oh, I know that,
You
but
know.
when I was here doing training, we did it. I just assumed that, you know.
Yeah, as long if you are not selling it, I don't think you are infringing. But as soon as you put a price tag on it, you better have the rights to use those logos. Case in point, now, if it was the Cubs buying those items from you for resale, you could do that because they have the license to use that. To get like Division I college and stuff, I think it's about $150,000 just to get licensing to use that type of those type of logos.
Yeah.
So
Well.
And some college teams will offer craft and hobby licensing, but there's like a limit to how much you can make off it. We're from St. Louis and the zoo offers it. Yeah. That you can buy from them.
Well, again, you know, what I've found in my research is kind of what he said. If you're not charging for it, we don't charge any more to put A&M logo than we do. I mean, it's not an addition. Maybe it is thin ice. Maybe I need to research it more. But you know, did you have something on that point?
I was just going to say they do have the NCAA does have some regional programs that they have different programs for different size retailers. And I talked with one of the guy that heads up the program at our local school, and he said there's a regional program that I might be able to get the rights to print the EC logo on different products. I haven't had a chance to really look into that yet.
Maybe that's something I need to dig deeper into. I mean, all of these logos that I've found, they're on one website that you can go get all the sports logos. I mean, it's easy to get.
I know Texas Tech and Lubbock before, they watch it and
Do
they have sued many people over, even big companies have a hard time getting the rights to do. They're tough. Well,
Maybe it's something I need to pull off of my system then, if it's that problem. Like I say, I researched it, tried to talk to people about doing it. We have an embroidery shop that does caps down the street from us. You can go down there and get an A&M and put on any cap. You know, I guess if I get caught, I won't be alone. But I need to think about that some more. Anyway, to try to summarize all of this, first you have to identify the critical days so you can be prepared. You have to have your operators trained, and not just trained, but they